teaching and facilitating trainings for equally as long. And he is going to guide us through today's session as we look at the benefits of the traits and the benefits of resilience. So, without much further ado, I want to turn us over to him. Mr. Jegede, please take us through, sir.
Thank you so much, Andre, for the welcome.
And the benefits of resilience. So, without much further ado, I want to turn us over to him. Mr. Jegede.
Hello, are you hearing me?
Thank
you so much, Andre. Okay, thank you so much. So, like I said, I want to welcome you back. Welcome you to our meeting today. And I strongly believe that we should be able to accomplish something much more tangible from our discussion of today. And like what Andre have just said, I will be taking us through. We should be here for about an hour. And within that period, we should be able to see quite a number of things that should help us to actually see things from the right perspective. And at the end of the meeting, we should be able to learn quite a number of things that I believe that should help us to be able to move ahead in our various career. Like Andre said, my name is Sola Jegede. I left the college about 31 years ago from the great Akokaidas University of Lagos. I'm an IFC certified trainer and equally CP certified trainer or trainer also. Equally CP certified trainer or trainer also in management of organization and business development. I've been a chartered accountant for about 29 years and a member of both the Institute of Chartered Accountants in Nigeria and also Institute of Chartered Accountants in Sierra Leone. A serial entrepreneur for having started about 4 different organizations. I currently serve as a management consultant for Prime Height Associates, which is based in Sierra Leone. Our main team, our focal team are Andre, Bomin, and myself. And today we all be together to share the both of this training. For the purpose of those who are joining us, you can unmute yourself and just mention your name, your country, or your organization, or you can send in a chat. If you can do that for about 5 minutes, so we know who and who is with us today. And just type in your name, your country, your organization. If you want to unmute yourself, you can unmute yourself. If you want to send in a chat, you can send in a chat. Our main team, our focal team are Andre, Bomin, and myself. And today we all be together to share the both of this training. For the purpose of those who are joining us, you can unmute yourself and just mention your name, your country, or your organization, or you can send in a chat. If you can do that for about 5 minutes, so we know who and who is with us today. And just type in your name, your country, unmute yourself. If you want to unmute yourself, you can unmute yourself. If you want to send in a chat, you can send in a chat. Okay, we have Moses from GISS Radio. Thank you. You're welcome, Moses. Jonathan said it's not audible, at least maybe from his end. We have Johnson from Nigeria, Abuja, Nigeria. We are welcome, Johnson. Jonathan, I hope your internet will be okay very soon. Unmute yourself. Another person, I'm sure we are about 26 on the platform.
Hello.
John Wangi from Hot Safe Consoles. Okay, we have Moses from GISS Radio. Thank you. Yeah. Welcome, Moses. Thank you, John. You are welcome. Abdul from Makeni, Central University Makeni. You are welcome. From his end, we have Johnson from Nigeria, Abuja, Nigeria. We are welcome, Johnson. Brestford Campbell from Sierra Leone. You are welcome, Abel. Jeremiah from New Jersey. Another person. I'm sure we are about 26. You're welcome. Idrissa from Sierra Leone, Sir from Sierra Leone, Egatina from Sierra Leone. From Bandy from Sierra Leone. Thank you, John. You're welcome. Abdul from McKinney, University of McKinney. You're welcome. Zobia from Sierra Leone. You're welcome also. Dr. Amos from Aminu Kano Teaching Hospital, Kano. Dr. Amos, you are welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, I'm sure we can move ahead. Okay, Jonathan Bamba from Matrijon, that's Southern Sierra Leone. Jonathan, you are welcome. Okay, others can still send in their chat, then eventually we move ahead. Our learning objectives for this session, at the end of the session, you should be able to describe resilience and list at least 4 types of resilience. You should be able to list 4 ingredients, at least 4 ingredients of resilience, at least 5 benefits of resilience, and at least 5 effects of lack of resilience. What is resilience? Does anybody want to share with us what is resilience? Ali Mansari for Ministry of Agriculture, Sierra Leone, you're welcome. You can send in your chats if you want to. What is resilience? What comes to your mind? When you look at that man rolling that stone, what can you say about him? And what comes to your mind?
Yes, I think
it's the ability to withstand pressure.
Ability to bear pressure. Thank you.
The strength and courage to withstand pressure.
The strength and courage to withstand pressure. Thank you so much.
For me, I think it's the ability to move forward despite the challenges.
The ability
to move forward despite challenges. Sure.
Ability to tackle challenges and bounce back.
Ability to tackle challenges and bounce back. Good. So it means like we are saying, you can see from the last speaker, that's Mrs. Denton, the secretary of our ICAC, that's in Sierra Leone. Mrs. Denton, you're welcome. So we can see resilience is the ability to cope with and rise to the inevitable. You can see the word, to cope with and rise with the inevitable challenges, inevitable problems, inevitable setbacks you meet in the course of your life. You can see the adjectives that were used: inevitable challenges, inevitable problems, inevitable setbacks. You meet in the course of your challenge. You are able to rise to it, and you are able to deal with it, to cope with it, and come back stronger from them. That's the key issue. There are several people that challenges comes their way, and at the end of the challenge, they go down completely. It could be their personal life, it could be family life, it could be their career, and everything around them collapsed. And whether you like it or not, the issue of challenges are inevitable. Problems are inevitable. Setbacks are inevitable. Will you be able to cope with it when it comes, not if it comes? Will you be able to rise above it when it comes? Will you become stronger after the challenges, after the problems, after the setback? That is what resilience is all about. Your ability to rise up to challenges, to rise up to problems, to rise up to setbacks, inevitable setbacks, you meet in the course of your life, of your career, and you come back stronger from them. So it is the in literary sense, it means bounce back, rebound from a traumatic, challenging, and adversarial situation. You are able to bounce back despite a traumatic experience, bounce back despite a challenging experience, bounce back despite an adversarial experience. It is a skill that will guard you against mental or psychological breakdown after a traumatic experience. A skill, it is a skill you can know. It's a skill I too can actualize. It's a skill. But that skill is what helps you to actually remain standing after a traumatic experience. It's what keeps you standing after a challenging experience. It's what keeps you standing after an adversarial situation, after a traumatic experience. You are still up psychologically, mentally. It gives you space to improvise when nothing seems to be working. That's resilience. Resilience is not a gift. It is a skill, and each and every one of us needs it. It forces you to find meaning in life when everything seems pointless. And when you look at our situation in the world today, you will discover that several challenges, from global to national to personal to marital to health to finances to psychological issue. All this one is somebody is not resilient, that individual may go down. So that to tell you another, the issue of resilience is very important. What can you say about this vehicle? What can you say about this vehicle? You can unmute yourself and speak, or you can send in a chat. What can you say about this vehicle?
The vehicle seems to be struggling uphill.
The vehicle seems to be struggling uphill. Thank you. Any other comments?
Yeah, the vehicle seems determined. Those struggling but determined to make sure it makes it.
Exactly. Thank you, Jamiru. He said he's struggling, but there's something there, determined to climb. Thank you. One more person.
Yes, Sola, you can see that, Jimmy, you can see that the vehicle is finding it difficult to climb up the hill, yet there's still some energy for it to continue.
Thank you so much, Frederick. What I love so much in your illustration is that yet we can see the hill steepy, not straight, with stones here and there, and yet the vehicle seems to be going. And that's what you talk about resilience. It's advancing despite adversity. Resilience is advancing despite adversity. That's just a summary of what resilience is. And like I kept saying, in our journey of life, we are going to face adversity. Some, it might be unique to you alone. It might be unique to the family. It might be unique to your organization. It might be unique to your country. It might be unique, it might be global. But your ability to actually continue is what we call resilience. Let me ask you a question. Why do you think a lot of people commit suicide? From what we are discussing.
Yeah. Okay, this is Frederick.
Yeah, Frederick?
One may commit suicide when all hopes are gone, thinking that there's nothing that life can offer anymore. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Frederick. You can see that that person has gotten to the wit's end, and he or she had concluded it is over.
Yeah.
My trouble has come. I can't move beyond that point. It is all over. It gives up. So it's not resilient. Thank you, Frederick. Another person?
Yeah, one may commit suicide if the person loses hope. If the person is not able to have the antidote to resist the forthcoming problems and the obstacles.
Thank you so much, Aposa. I agree with you. Can you see? Because the person has lost hope and is feeling I cannot resist this challenge. And you know, if we look at some of the things that we measured all the time, you can see that it gives space to improvise when nothing seems to be working. Traumatic, challenging, adversarial, traumatic. So when you see people committing suicide, it's telling you they are not resilient. They have given up. They have lost hope. They've seen the situation. They say it's pointless living again. So you can see that we all need it. Can we mention some lives adversities? Let's mention some lives adversity.
Yeah. Hello?
Yes, go ahead.
This is Jamiro. Some of life adversities, it could be physical disability, it could be mental, could be some problems, it could be social, financial, etc. Those are some of the adversities that we faced in life.
Thank you so much, Jamiro. It could be financial,
Hello?
it could be social, it could be mental.
Yeah.
Another
Can you hear
person?
me?
Yes,
We hear
Jimmy.
you.
Yeah. It can be loss of job.
Sorry, we can't hear you loud and clear.
I said it can be loss of job. Or
It can be,
possibly,
thank you so much. It can be loss of job. Can be loss of job.
Death of spouses or children.
Loss of properties or loss of children or beloved ones. Thank you, Letitia.
In some, adversities often have an element of loss.
Josiah said it has an element of loss. There's a loss, there's a difficulty. Thank you. So which group of people do you think needs to be resilient? Young people alone, working class, business executive, students, which group of people needs to be resilient?
I think this one should be everybody, because recently we see, I said this one should be everybody. Either you are young or you are old or you are an adult, or you have to be resilient, because life challenges does not count age. We see recently in Sierra Leone, a 15-year-old boy killing himself because of possibly he was not getting the grade that was expected out of an exam.
So can you see from what he has said, because he didn't get the expected grade, he committed suicide. He felt that all is over, no more hope. They got to a place of hopelessness. So a young person, strong physically, still needs to be resilient mentally. Any other comments? I could say everyone, either you are young, either you are old, either you are married, either you are not married, either you have 10 children, either you don't have any, either you are a pastor, either you are a imam, everybody needs to be resilient. That's to tell you that what we are discussing today, I need it, you need it. Either you are an employer or you are an employee. Irrespective of your status, you need to be resilient. Now, from what we are discussing, we can have 4 different types of resilience. We have psychological. That's ability to motivate yourself to do something difficult. It's self-motivation. Like that young man that you mentioned that maybe possibly committed suicide at 18. I said, no, I can do it again. Psychological, I can rise up again. Somebody may lose his job. Say, oh, if they sack me in the place of job, I can start my own place. Psychological resilience. There are several people who are not psychologically resilient. Emotional. The ability to conjure positive emotion when you need them. There are situations that may occur around you, and others are weeping, and others are crying, and you are able to laugh, to keep laughing, and they are wondering, is it not your vehicle that had just got accident and it's a write-off? And I say, why are you laughing? He said, oh, it's my vehicle that had accident. I'm still alive. But you see, ability to conjure positive emotion instead of actually getting sad is what? Laughing. Maybe somebody slap you. Maybe it's your boss that slap you, or your junior staff slap you in the office. And there's something in you that says you should be angry and slapping back. Maybe give him 3 or 4 dirty stars. But instead of slapping, you just look at him and you just smile. And people are looking at you and say, are you not stupid? Is he not weak? Why did you not fight back? And you said, no, after all, I'm the one that slapped. I mean, it's okay that I'm not the one that slapped him. If I slapped him, it means something is wrong with me. Can you see? Ability, instead of getting angry, you are smiling. Emotional resilience. It can be physical resilience. Maybe you want to shed your weight. There are several people, but because of their weight, they are not productive. Instead of shedding their weight, they say, no, I can't do it. But physical resilience say, no, I'm going to be on my bicycle and I'm going to cycle 500 times a day. Resilient. Even when your legs are aching you, the backs are aching you, your shoulders, your joints are paining you, you still kept going. Physical resilience. It can be walking a distance. It can be taking exercises. These are physical resilience, and it can be social resilience. This is where a number of people often misses up. Social resilience is the ability to reach out to others for help. Let me ask a question. Is there anyone who does not need help?
Hello, Jimmy.
Yes.
Anyone who does not need help in this world does not need to exist anymore. It can't exist because we need help in every situation.
Frederick said, if you don't need help, you don't exist. You need help in every situation. And do you know that several people that instead of asking for help, they can't? They are ashamed. Do you know a boss can ask for help from a junior staff? A junior staff can ask from the senior staff. Husband can ask from a wife can ask from the husband, children can ask from parents can even ask from children. There are times I ask from my children. You know, this generation Z, there are several things on my phone that I don't know. I quickly call them. How do you do this one? How do you do this one? And you just say the phone, do pam, 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 pam. You have solved it. And yet there are some people that all those asking for help is a problem for them. And there are people that have committed suicide, like we have mentioned in this, because they never ask for help. So there's psychological resilience, there's emotional resilience, there's physical resilience, there's social resilience. That's what we call
just before we proceed,
yes,
I am thinking if psychological and emotional resilience are not about the same, or maybe there is just a thin line. Psychological
the little difference between them. The psychological, you are able to motivate yourself to do something difficult.
Okay.
It can be maybe you're already 60 and you say, I want to start a PhD.
Okay.
Say, no, I can't do it. You lose your job and say, oh, I can go and start a company of my own.
Okay.
That's psychological. You are doing something. But when you talk about the emotional, you are talking about your response to situation. Issues that can make you to be angry, issues that can make you to be weeping, issues that can make you to go into depression. Instead of being angry, they see you smiling. Instead of being angry and fighting, they see you just walking away. And you even said, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Instead of weeping, they see you laughing at the issue. That's emotional. That's different between the two.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah,
most welcome.
Jimmy, with the emotional, instead of giving up, you say I can do something out of the situation. See, so just to add to what you have said, instead of giving up in this adversity, you say, oh, I can do something even within that turmoil or within that situation. That is the emotional resilience.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Frederick. So I was speaking about the ABC model of resilience. Adversity. Being a challenging situation, we have spoken about one. It's non-negotiable. I will face it, you will face it. The only time you will stop facing adversity is when you breathe your last breath. maybe I should call it a bad news or a good news, because you keep having adversity as long as you're alive. Your belief system will determine how you are going to interpret the situation. Your belief system will determine how you are going to interpret the situation. When the challenges come, you might see hope, you might see progress, and you might quite see failure. You might see opportunity, you might actually see challenges. Let me share this story with us. It's a story I've shared in some of our trainings also, about a particular man who went about. He actually went for a marketing issue. And by the time he got there, they were selling shoes in their company. And by the time he got to that place, he discovered that nobody was wearing shoes. And he came back to his organization and said, sorry, there's no market in that place. And they sent another one there after some years. And as soon as he got there, he said, please send shoes. Because people are not wearing shoes here. So they will need our product. So you can see they are seeing things in different perspectives. The belief system, somebody may run into trouble and will tell you, oh, when a door is closed, 3 others will open. That's the belief system. And a door may close and say, oh, this is bad law. They told me that once this door is closed, I can't make progress. That's the belief system. Somebody may see himself as a black person, black complexion person, and may see himself at disadvantage. And the same black complexion person may see himself as, oh, we are very powerful, we are very courageous, we are this. Your belief system, which is in yourself and others. And the third perspective, after the belief system, is going to determine your consequence. The adversity is constant. You can't change it. Your belief system will determine your consequences, how you feel and how you respond. It will determine whether you will be happy or you are sad. It will determine whether you are going to rejoice or you are going to retreat. It will determine whether you are going to break new grounds and you are going to stay where you are. It will determine whether you are going to make progress or you are going to remain stagnant. It will determine whether you are going to be weepy or you break new ground. Adversity is there. After the adversity, your belief system will determine your consequences. In case you have any question, you can ask. So you can see, adversity is real and indisputable. Your belief system is choice based on information. It's a choice. And the consequence is decision based on the choice you've made. So you can see how those things are working together. That's what they call the ABC model of resilience. ABC model of resilience: adversity, your belief, that's interpretation of the situation, the consequences, whether you are going to flee or run after it, or you pursue. The ingredients of adversity, they are typically 4. Of resilience, sorry. They are typically 4. Awareness, noticing what is going on around you and inside your head. Let me ask a question. Can what is going inside of you affect your behavior? Yes or no?
Yeah, it can affect your behavior. It could be positive or negative, depending on how you receive it or how you approach it.
Yeah, it could be positive or negative. Depending on how you receive it or watch or you process it. Let me ask the second question. Can things that happens around you affect your resilience? This has happened around you.
Yes, it could affect it depending on the motivation towards each of the factors that is happening around you.
Thank you so much. So that's why I call it awareness. Noticing what is going around and inside your head. Then you think about it. You are now interpreting the events that are going on in a rational way. What is rational to you may not be rational to me. What is rational to the husband may not be rational to the wife. What is rational to the employer A may not be rational to employer B. It's a function of whom they are, their personality, what they have been through, their experiences, their victories in the past, their failure, and their knowledge. Several things affect them. Somebody may have a problem at work. Oh, you say, oh, maybe that person believes God. Say, this is an opportunity for me to pray. This is an opportunity for God to show himself. Because he has problem. He's thinking, and somebody may have the same problem. Say, oh, everything is finished. Everywhere I go, they sack me. There, they have sacked me again. Then you reach out. How we call upon others to help, like I mentioned the other time, the social resilience. Meet the challenges that we face, because resilience is also about knowing when to ask for help. And fitness, our mental and physical ability to cope with the challenges without becoming ill. Your mental and physical ability to cope with challenges without becoming ill. These are the 4 ingredients of resilience. You are aware, you think about it, you reach out for help, and you are standing at the end of the challenge. Any question? Or addition?
Yes,
Okay.
Jimmy. When I first heard about the news of COVID 2020, I said this is when some will make wealth, whereas others will fall up. And then someone asked me, how are people going to make wealth out of COVID? And truly, to that, businesses were created out of COVID, and people who do not matter, seamstresses, have become producers of masks. And there was a particular woman in Ghana whose business would have collapsed because she was a seamstress. Was given a contract of 3 million Ghana cedis worth to produce masks, and that was the resilience of, and then the all about her. Let me see, all about her riches of today, how she became a wealthy woman and has become has developed 2, 3 more other businesses alongside. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Frederick. So we can see the example that Frederick had just given. That was during COVID, thinking that the business is over, but suddenly another business came up. Let me share with you what happened during COVID. On the average, I do some trainings, and during COVID, there's no face-to-face. You can't talk to other people. And that's why, oh, I felt that, well, if there's no face-to-face, there must be virtual. And I acquire every skill that I needed to acquire on virtual. So since some of the people coming out of the country to do training are not available, so those of us that are here that can do virtual, business opportunity came. So you can see you can actually take out of the trouble around you. Instead of thinking that the door has been closed, there's no way out of it. A resilient man will look for a way that despite adversity, he still move ahead. Thank you so much, Frederick, for that contribution. Let's quickly look at
I think going back to Frederick's contribution, it took.
Desire, you can go ahead. We are hearing you. Oh, I think his internet is down. Like we can't see him again. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's move. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just saying, taking it back from his example, it is clear that the person took all the 4 elements into consideration. There was an awareness that there could be an advantage. He thought, he reached out, and he displayed resilience at the end of the day, you know? So, because the business was going to drop, but then she thought, Well, I could do masks. So there was some diversion. And that brought in somebody and she picked up, using all these 4 elements: awareness, thinking, reaching out, and fitness. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Joshua, for bringing us back to that place. If you and I could have this awareness of the situation around and within you, and you think through it and you reach out, I can assure you, after traumatic experiences, you will still be standing either mentally or physically or financially or socially or even in times of life. Thank you so much for bringing us to that realization.
Yeah.
Let's quickly look at the benefits. Benefits of resilience. Can we mention some benefits of resilience? What do you think are some benefits of resilience?
Yes, Sola, you see, one of the greatest benefits is that after you are able to stand, it brings joy. It brings you
joy. Thank you. So after you're able to stand, it brings joy.
Yes, we also find out that one of the benefits is that it keeps dreams and visions alive.
It keeps, thank you so much. I wish we are together. I'll give you something. It keeps dreams and vision alive. Thank you.
You will be successful also.
You will be successful despite challenges. Thank you, Leticia.
It makes you to be a resource person. It makes you to be a resource person.
Thank you so much. It makes you to be a resource person. Thank you, Aposa.
It rekindles hope.
It rekindles hope. Thank you so much, Josiah.
It helps you develop
makes you to be stronger.
Skills you never thought you had before.
It helps you to make you even bring resources you never thought before, and it makes you to be stronger.
Yeah, it gives you a new experience about how to overcome your challenges.
It gives you new experience on how to overcome your challenges. And even when others are in those kind of difficulty, you can actually give them such. Another one?
It gives you a different kind of mindset to challenges.
Thank you, Jeremiah. It gives you a different kind of mindset for challenges, and that's key issue. Your mindset determines how you are going to respond. Your thinking process will be determined by your mindset. Whether you are going to reach out will be determined by your mindset. Whether you are going to be able to stand psychologically, emotionally, financially is a function. Everything is in your mindset. Thank you so much, Jeremiah.
It keeps you going despite the challenges you will face.
It keeps you going despite the challenges you will face. Let me just add some few things to what you have been saying. That's to tell you that, not from what you have been saying, do you think resilience is essential for each and every one of us? Do you think we need to be resilient?
Hello?
Yes?
Yes, it is. Because a resilient person is, or business person is like one who has health problems. And after you have been, you are healed, you become a healer to all others who may also suffer similar situations. So
thank you so much.
Yes.
So you can see, even as a student, you need it to keep bouncing back and keep going despite challenges. As an entrepreneur, you need it to keep going back and rebounding even after challenges. As an employer, your employee may disappoint you. They may embezzle your money. Your best staff may walk away without giving you notice, but you're able to bounce back and keep going. It could be in a family, and there's so much challenges that you are wondering, can I keep going? Yes, I can forgive, and I can keep going. Let me share some of the things I have with you. Less stress. When you are a top-level resilience person, stress, in fact, the two of them varies inversely. The higher your resilience, the lower your stress. The lower your resilience, the higher your stress. They varies inversely. That's the first benefit. If you see yourself under unnecessary stress, then I can tell you your resilience is low. It can increase confidence of fulfilling tasks. Even when you see challenges, your confidence increase. Because, oh, you can say, this one, I'm going to conquer it again. This one, I'm going to overcome it again. The last time I failed, this time around, I'm not going to fail. Why? You are looking at this, what? I can do it again. Resilient. It increases confidence of fulfilled task. Good work-life balance. You are able to maintain a balance between your work and your life because you're able to say no. A number of people can't say no to some requests, and because of that one, they are unable to maintain a balance. But one thing that is critical is that if you are resilient, you are able to maintain a good work and life balance. You know, say, I'm going to be with my family. You know what to say? Sorry, I'm going to be at work. Sorry, I'm resting. I'm taking my leave this time around. Number 4, prevention of panic in times of workload. Prevention of panic in times of workload. Because you are resilient, so it prevents you. You are not panicking. When the workload is here, you are able to look at the workload and say, this one is priority number 1, this one is priority number 2, this one is priority number 3. I can't take this assignment for now. So there's a prevention of panic in times of workload. Number 5, increase productivity. Let me ask a question. How can resilience increase productivity? How can resilience increase productivity? Does anybody want to respond?
Yeah, because even in times of challenges, you're overcoming your challenges. So by so doing, your productivity is definitely increasing. Because some people's productivity fall in times of challenges because they easily give up.
I agree with you, Josiah. That's the truth. They give up. But a resilient person keep moving on. So even when challenges are come, there's an increase in productivity. Number 5. Number 6 now. Your achievement of goals quickly and easily. More than somebody who's not resilient. Because when challenges are there, you keep moving because you are resilient. In my Bible tells you that, oh, the righteous fallen 7 times and the Lord delivered them all. He kept moving ahead. So he's able to achieve the goal quickly and he's able to achieve it easily also. Number 7, achievement of greater success. Dreams and vision. You can see why I said I was giving a gift to that person. Somebody mentioned it. You're able to achieve greater success. You're able to achieve your dream. You're able to accomplish your vision when you are resilient. If you are not resilient, I cannot guarantee that you are going to be successful. If you are not resilient, I cannot guarantee that you are going to achieve your dream and vision in life. Even your career vision, even your family vision. You will give up. When challenges come, you are likely going to give up. Number 8, increase efficiency in fulfilling tasks. Increase efficiency in fulfilling tasks. When after you have done the work, you see yourself what? You are more efficient because you have been doing it again and again. Because you have been doing it again and again. So you are more efficient in it. So you are better off. So that's one of the things that what you enjoy as being resilient. Number 9, increase energy and competency. Increase energy, competency. Increase energy and competency. How will resilience help you to increase energy and competency? Can somebody speak on this quickly?
Yeah, because at every breakthrough, you come out more energized for subsequent ones, you know, because it gives you are reassured that you break through another one. So I think that's just the way it is.
Thank you so much. At every breakthrough, it gives you energy that I can conquer this one. Because you conquer yesterday, say, oh, I'm going to conquer again today. I'm going to conquer that one. I'm going to conquer that one. And that's what resilience gives. It increases your energy and increases your competency to achieve success. Number 10, it improves self-esteem. You know, when you are an overcomer, when you are a conqueror, when you are a winner, when you are standing when others are crashing, when you are able to face challenges, how do you feel about yourself? Do you walk with your heads down or with your heads up?
Well
up.
Yeah.
You walk with your head
Yeah,
up.
walk with your heads up. With the belief that you can do anything.
Yeah. It makes you bold.
Yeah, thank you, Abel.
Thank
you, Frederick. Makes you bold.
But a word of caution here, I think the credit should really go to God at the end of the day. But you should always remember God in all of these.
Yes, I agree with you. Do you know there are some people who tell you that they have God, but they won't make use of all these things we are talking about. There are several people who are given up. There are some people who are given up on faith. So I agree with you that we should give God glory for all this because it's the one who has equipped us. But you can tell you that these are skills that are available to either people believe God or who don't believe God. It's a skill. It's not a gift. We have some people who don't even believe God, who don't believe in anything. And they have this recognized thing and they kept pushing and kept pushing and kept pushing. The advantage of people who have God, how is that one? They have something to lean on. And then they're in a better position to be resilient. But it's unfortunate there are people who say they have God, they are not resilient. They give up. They give up on themselves, they give up on their career, they give up on life.
I think in that case, it's because they don't know God. Because they may have God, but they don't know God. Because to have God is one thing, then to know God is another thing. Because for my God I have, and I know, I'm just resilient. Period.
Hello.
Thank you so much, Joseph, for bringing up other party. I agree with you perfectly. That's why I say, for people who know God and have God, there's no reason for them not to be resilient. But unfortunately, in reality, we have several people who are not resilient.
Yes.
So let's move ahead.
Yes.
Number 11, better teamwork. You're able to work with other people better. Because if I thought that person is an acidic person, because you are resilient, you can say, oh, maybe there's something for me to learn from him. The other person is very weak. Maybe there's something for me to learn from him. The other person is very better. You are not intimidated. There are times that people don't work as a better team because they are intimidated or because they felt somebody is harassing them there. So a better teamwork is one of the benefits of being resilient. It reduces conflict. You're able to take responsibility for your faults. Even when the other person is at fault, you're able to quickly excuse him and move ahead. We are not taking issues personal. When you are taking issues personal, it means you are not resilient. It improves your well-being. When stress is not there, when there's no conflict, when there's a good teamwork, when you work together with other people, what happens? You enjoy a good well-being, even in terms of your health. It becomes better. You're able to achieve something much more better. There's increased productivity. So you have improved well-being. There's no panic. Well-being. You are good and you are balancing your work and your life. Good well-being. Number 14, it increased positive approach to life. Like what Giselle was saying. I think I was reading a book yesterday. I can't remember which of the scientists. that had its laboratory got burnt. And people are wondering, oh, it is over. So it's a good place for me to start afresh. A positive approach to life. And when you talk about the issue of Edison and the light also, some said it was 100, some said it was 1,000, either 100 or 1,000. They ask him, didn't you fail for 99 times before you created the bulb? He said, no, I didn't fail. I only know 99 ways that it will not work. So you can see positive approach to life. So no matter where you are, no matter the traumatic experience, no matter the challenges, no matter the trouble, no matter the difficulty, when you are resilient, it increases your positive approach to life. Number 15, easier to maintain emotional stability. I've spoken so much about that one. Easier to maintain emotional stability, lowers your anxiety, reducing depression, self-motivation, increases passion for life and progress, and you become a master of your life. Do you know that quite a number of sicknesses, maybe you can go and research it after living here, they springs off from stress. A lot of sicknesses comes from stress. You have stress because your resilience level is low. And if it is low, anxiety will be high, depression will be high, self-motivation will be low, passion for life will be low, master of life, no, life will master you. Challenges will master you instead of you mastering the challenges. Let's go to any other comments before we move ahead to the...
Yes, see, with what you just said about stress, if you research on stress-related death around the world, it is colossal. And you ask why? It's all because low resilience. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
As we are going through all of these, Sola, I feel very, very much convinced that there is a link between resilience and faith and the knowledge of God.
Sure.
I think there is a strong connection. There is a strong connection we should not let go. You know?
You see,
so I don't know if you mind delving into that a little, you know, for our assumption, but I think there is a strong connection.
It is not that you think, it is a perfect connection. There's a perfect connection between faith and resilience. For if you even look at, so we don't need to go into that now. Maybe we have another time for that. But
you can go
like
ahead.
I was saying,
you see, if you see even the Israelites, their victory when they were even moving out of slavery, their success was all based on resilience. Where their resilience level is low before. So there is a perfect connection between faith and resilience. So I would say that resilience is birthed out of faith. That is how
I entirely agree with you.
Right.
I agree with you, and I agree with Frederick also that there's resilience and faith. They are strongly connected. There's a limit to which you can be resilient when you don't have a backup. And you know the backup we have in a supernatural being God is what keeps you going, even when it is dark, when there's trouble, when there are challenges, when there are difficulties, when there are traumas, when you come to a wit's end and there's no, with every fact at your fingertips, it shows that you are going to crash. The only thing that keep you going is because you believe that there's a supernatural personality who can help you. So I agree with you, Josiah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. If I may add to that, sir, that's what I want to talk on when it comes to that. As a believer, when it's going to get tough, I turn to the Bible stories. For example, we talk about Job, Moses, people like Joseph, David, to find comfort. And most importantly, what some of these Bible stories help me to understand God's will for my life. Even if I'm going through sufferings, in terms of suffering, I get inspired from, because these are not just stories, but these are stories. For example, by his but then hated by his he went through. We all know the afflictions why he went, but he was resilient enough knowing that there is hope. And we all know the end of the because of he was resilient, what happened, So that is so important. And Ali, I want to talk on that. When you don't know God, then that's why you don't focus on Jesus. Then what happened? Your hope lost. That's why you see people committing suicide, because they have lost, or they move their focus away from the Maker. So what will happen? They will just give, because a human being cannot give them what God can give them. The courage God you get in God, a human being cannot be able to supply you that. But if you still have faith in God, whatever you have hope, it's just come, and this one will pass off. So no matter what it is, you keep driving like you.
Yeah. Hello?
Was driving a vehicle with his daughter. They met all these things, and then other vehicles were pulling over. But the father kept told the daughter, I said, no, baby, let's keep driving. After they drove, they passed away from the storm, and then they asked the daughter, where are those trailers, those big trucks that you say, well, we can't see them. They say, guess what? Because they are staying in the storm, because they pull over. They say, so we don't pull over. So in other words, you have to be resilient to keep going and going and going. At the end of the day, victory is yours. Thank you, sir.
So in essence, resilience is anchored in faith.
Yeah, thank you so much, Ajisa. Yes. Dr. Tanko, I can see your hands up. Dr. Tanko,
yeah,
the floor is yours.
I want to thank you very much for this particular topic that you are sharing. And I just want to come back to the basics of our Christian life. Let me go back to my former religion. I was a Muslim. I was born in an Islamic family, and now, when I got born again, I was taught from the beginning that Christian life is not an El Dorado. We have to face a lot of troubles in our Christian life. And this helped me a lot, because I understood later that the theology of suffering is not part of many believers' package today. They don't even accept that the theology of suffering is part of our Christianity. We want everything to be quick, like a microwave Christianity, that, if I can say that, everything should be fast and quick. God is only a God of blessing, and we don't believe that he can even use suffering to shape our character, to shape our future. Then, because of this fake theology that we had, we are not resilient when we are facing troubles, because in the Bible it's clear that we are going to face troubles in our lives. And some people, they even go further by saying, if you are suffering as a Christian, definitely something is wrong somewhere. It's because you have committed a sin, because you have done something wrong, or maybe you are not exercising faith enough. That part of the theology of suffering that we are cutting off our belief is it's creating Christians who are very shallow in the faith, and they cannot sustain a difficult time. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Tanko. Thank you. So we can see clearly, just like what Josiah has been pushing, Jamiro equally spoke also the same thing that Dr. Tanko is equally corroborating. that our faith, believing that there's a supernatural God that help us to be resilient, that one is non-negotiable. When you remove that one, that's why despite the challenges we face in Africa, we can still keep going on. And some of the few things that happens in the Western world, that they commit suicide, if it happens in Africa, they won't even know anything happen. And that's one of those challenges also. Thank you so much. Let's quickly go to the concluding part. I'm sure we are going to do a session more on resilience. Now we have spoken about the benefits. Can we mention some effects of poor resilience or lack of resilience? Can we mention some? Let's just go to the point.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead.
Hello. Yes, I think the lack of resilience, the first example I'll give is the spies who went to spy the land of Canaan. The 10 who came with the bad reports lacked that resilience. And the report was that the whole nation has to go into roaming in the desert for that 40 years. Thank you.
Yeah, Frederick, you mentioned something critical, that if we have a leader who is not resilient, the whole nation may be in trouble. If you have a family that the head is not resilient, the whole family may be in trouble. If we have an organization that the leader is not resilient, that organization may go down. Yes or no?
Yes, Sola, I have 2 companies that I moved away from and they all collapsed because the business owners were not resilient. When I was looking at things ahead, they were just looking at things right before them. And the businesses eventually collapsed. So when the leader has no lacks resilience, the business cannot flourish. Thank you.
Thank you so much. No, Fred, thank you so much, Freddie, for bringing some of this in on. If a leader is not resilient, the organization will collapse. It could be a family. It could be an organization. It could be a nation. If the leader is not resilient, it's going to collapse. And maybe that's why we are already in trouble. Another person, quickly.
I think looking at this topic may not have been any better timely than now, because as we are going through it, I am becoming more convinced that resilience is a prerequisite of everybody's life in every aspect of our life. Because even in upholding principles, policies, and things like that, there has to be resilience. Because if you are easily compromising, you fail. The absence of resilience results in failure, absolutely. You know? So that's just the way I see it. The absence of resilience results in failure in almost all cases.
The absence of resilience results in failure in all cases. Okay? Any other comment?
I just want to say something quickly. I'm not sure if technically we can find the word resilience in the Bible, but I think there is another word that can be a synonymous of resilience in the Bible, which is long suffering. And that word, if I can agree that long suffering can be compared to resilience, it means that absence of resilience will bring a defect of character.
A defect of character.
Definitely. That's because long suffering is part of our Christian character. It's part of a character expected by God from us in everything that we are doing, no matter how long it takes. Because somebody can comment and say and ask, how long should I be resilient? And I will answer by saying, how long should one be entertaining long suffering? Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Tanko. Like we said, resilience might not be able to find either in any of the books, but a combination of resilience and persistence is necessary. Pauline Kabiru, Pauline, I think I saw your hands up.
Yes.
Please go ahead.
Lack of resilience is a dream killer, because if you don't persist and pursue the God-given ideas and dreams that we have, then creativity and success or achievement will not be there. That's what I wanted to say.
Thank you. It destroys creativity. It's a dream killer. I love the language you use. Pauline said, lack of resilience is a dream killer. Do you know somebody can dream to have a wonderful company, and because it's not resilient, that company may die? Somebody may have a vision of an amazing home, wonderful home, great home, and challenges come, troubles come, and because that person is not resilient, that home may collapse completely. A president may be elected and say, oh, this is what I have for my country, and get on getting there to discover that there are so many challenges, and it gives up. It may cave in, and that country may remain stagnant. Thank you so much, Pauline, for that, that it is a dream killer. One more person, then we go ahead. Okay.
Yeah, wait, I want to adjust coping. Coping. Can you hear me, sir? When you learn to cope with stress, you know, effectively, okay, when you learn to cope with stress effectively, you are better prepared to handle adversity, setbacks, no matter what it is. Then you'll be able to, you know, you talk about coping, you know, we'll talk about coping. When you cope with issues, I mean, you'll be able to handle it. And then there's something called 7 C's when it comes to resilience that I can't go into it right now, but those are one of them I remember is coping. That if you're a resilient person, once you be able to cope with issues, with stress, you are effectively able to handle whatever it is that is thrown at you. You'll be able to control it.
Thank you so much, Jamero. You can see when you are resilient, you are able to cope with challenges. You are able to cope with failure.
That's correct.
You are able to cope with difficulty.
I think resilience, it makes you to be visionary. Because last year, I processed cassava chips. So I had cassava chips in stock. Then I became sick. So the time we're supposed to sell the stock, the price rather
Hello, Aposa. Sorry, we are not hearing you again. Aposa is talking to us from Ghana. I'm sorry, this is internet. While we are waiting for it, let me share some of the things that I have. Or does any other person, can you want to tell us the effects of poor resilience or lack of resilience? Okay, let me share my screen with us. Emotional. The first one I'm dealing with is emotional. When you lack resilience or you have poor resilience, it's going to affect your emotional. You are going to become easily irritable. Easily irritable. Mood swings. Your mood keeps changing here and there. Today you are happy. The next time you are crying. Your mood swings because it's responsive to situations that comes around you. I'm talking about the emotional perspective. Anxiety. So you can see you're always anxious. I don't know what will happen tomorrow. I don't know what will happen to my husband. I don't know what will happen to my wife. I don't know what will happen to this one. I don't know what will happen to my business. I don't know what will happen to my head. Even you may be thinking about your great-great-granddaughter that is not yet born. So with the way the world is going now, what's going to happen to my great-great-granddaughter? Anxiety. Disappointment with yourself. Even when you make some mistake, you are so disappointed with yourself. But a resilient person will say, oh, if I make this mistake, I can assure you I'm making a better decision next time. That's a resilient person. Oh, I've made this mistake. It's real. But next time, I'm not going to make the mistake. Oh, maybe why I made the mistake is so that I can teach other people. But when you are not resilient, you are always disappointed in yourself. Tearfulness or aggression. Either you are crying and crying or you are fighting. A man or woman who is not resilient is always fighting because it's not steady. It doesn't feel stable and secure. It's not secure. And because it's not secure, it's fighting. I must get it. I must get it. I must get it. Or it's either crying. There are two ways of responding. Under emotional, you can be crying, and you can what? Be aggressive and fight it back. That's what they call what? Either you flee or you fight. They are the same way of responding. Lack of motivation. When you are not resilient, you will not be able to motivate yourself. Even when others are trying to motivate you, it will take strong strength for you to be motivated. Low energy level. You are very weak spiritually, weak mentally, weak physically, weak emotionally, weak psychologically. These are emotional perspective to read. Behavioral now. Let's look at the behavior. It can actually affect your eating habit. That's how terrible it is. You can't eat. Do you know it can make you to not to eat or to eat too much? Do you agree with me that there are some people when they have trouble, they eat voraciously? There are some people when they have trouble, they don't eat.
Yes, seriously.
So you can see. So when you lack resilience, such can occur. Some may resort to smoking. Some may resort to drinking. Some may resort to what? Substance abuse or use. There are people who don't smoke, but because the challenges comes their way, and like I told you, challenges and troubles are inevitable. And they just go to one corner and they try to smoke. Some, they don't drink normally, but because trouble comes, they say, oh, let me go to the bar and go and drink away my sorrow. Some, they don't use drug. Say, let me use drug to stimulate myself. You can see the behavior now. It can lead to avoid colleagues, avoid friends, avoid family. I've heard about a situation. I think the woman must be dead now. Yes. That I don't know, she went out of the country and she was thinking that things will go well, but things did not go well. She was very intelligent in our country. But by the time she went, things did not go. And that, before you know it, it does not take anybody's call. It doesn't listen to, it doesn't call anybody. Even when you call him, he will possibly turn away your call. If I got to say, they say, he will hide himself under the bed. Eventually, the woman is dead now. They avoid friends, they avoid colleagues, they avoid family. They think, oh, I'm not where I ought to be. I think I should be here. I'm not there. They run away from friends. They run away from colleagues. By now, I should be a senior manager. I'm just a manager. What of those who are dead? Oh, by now, I should have built my house. I don't even have a land. What of those who are in the hospital, who have lands, or who have properties, or they're the asylum? They run away from their family. Family function, they don't go there. Why? Because they think they're not up to that one. We have 15 minutes more. Let me move a bit. Overreacting to minor problem. Let me ask a question. Why do you think somebody with low self-esteem overreacts to minor problems? Why? Does anybody want to respond? I can see some text here. Edwin said, let's help in adaptive coping. Thank you. And Satana said, people who lack resilience feel sad a lot and distance themselves. Thank you, sir.
You that lack resilient dying with frustration.
Little frustration. Thank you. Did they overreact to minor problems and why?
Well, one of them is lack of confidence. You know, when you don't have, when you lack confidence, Yeah, those are some of the, like you look at yourself inferior in every gathering or every setting, you look at yourself inferior and come back to the mindset, and no matter what it is, sometimes like what you just mentioned, when you be probably a family gathering, you think they are talking about you for being a non-achiever, even though that's not it. So the psychological and emotional aspect comes in terms of how you feel. So even you see people gathering, talking, maybe smiling, laughing, you look at it to say, oh, maybe they are provoking me, they are talking about me, they are gossiping me, so on and so forth. And then because of that, maybe you even leave. You think you leave and say, I'm not coming back to any family gathering because of those things. Right.
Thank you so much, Jamiru, for that great thing. Like you said, they may be discussing something else entirely, and you may think it is you. Right. Low self-esteem comes in. Thank you, Jamiru. So we can see that the issue of resilience is very important. Let's move ahead. Physical fatigue, nausea, muscle pain and aches. So I'm wondering, what is the link between resilience and muscle pain and ache? Read very well. That's what you will see. Palpitation. Do you know there are times that you want to talk to somebody, and because you felt you are inferior, and because that's as far as you get there, what happens? Your heart is palpitating. You can't talk. You open your mouth and words cannot come out because you lack confidence, like what Jamiru said. These are physical fatigue, nausea, muscle pain, muscle ache, palpitations. Then when it comes about cognitive, indecision. People who are not assertive seldom make decisions because they're afraid. If I make this decision and I should fail, what's going to happen to me? They easily lose concentration. Easily lose concentration because any little challenge, they are disoriented. They have difficulty in remembering. They are easily confused. In terms of health now, you have mental exhaustion, lower immune system. Can you see? If you are not assertive, you are going to be mentally exhausted. You are going to have lower immune system, heart disease, cardiovascular problems. These are some of the effects of what? Lack of resilience. High blood pressure, diabetes, burnout, weight gain, cognitive impairment. These are some of the consequences of lack of resilience. So you can see how important the issue of resilience is. Let me ask a question, maybe second to the last question. Do you think resilience is very important to everyone, including you, yes or no?
Yes, it is very important.
What time should you stop being resilient? When should you stop being resilient?
I think.
When
if you can repeat that again, because it was breaking. Your
When you die, for me, when you die.
Okay. Because when you're alive as a human being, in every life you need to be resilient. Whether you're poor, you are rich, whether which situation you be, you need to be resilient in every situation. So as I say, you only be irresilient when you are die. When you die.
Thank you so much, Abel.
Yeah, when you come to the end of your race.
When you die. Yes, means you have come to the end of the race. That's the only time you should, even when you are about going, you still have to what? Fight that no, death, I'm not ready to go now. I have so many things to do here.
Yeah.
So don't give up. We need to be resilient.
Once there is life, there is hope.
When there is life, there is hope. Thank you, Abel. Before we conclude today, we have just about 10 more minutes. We can't finish today. I'm thinking of looking at causes of low resilience, and the road to resilience. Do we push it to next month or next week? Which one do you suggest? Do we push it to next week or next month?
Next week.
Next week, sir.
Can you send your text? Let me see, so that at least we can send in your chat so that we can know it's a general decision. Okay, Santigi said next week. So we look at cost of low resistance and road to resistance, so resilience. Ibe said next week. Mohammed said next week. Paul said next week. Vandy said next week. Okay, Simeon said next week. Great. Okay, good. So it's like everybody said next week. So we walk towards next week. But let's just conclude on a very good ground. So I agree with you that next week we continue. We are going to look at causes of low resilience and the road to resilience. Resilience is not a gift. Can somebody read for me? If you are there, can you read for me? Can you read the script for me?
Resilience is not a gift that people either have or do not have. It involves issues, thoughts, and actions that can be learned and developed in anyone.
Thank you so much. Does somebody want to comment on that thing that has just been read? Just one or two sentences. What does it mean to you? What does that concluding statement mean to you?
Like for me, it's our mindset, because if you have a very positive mindset, you continue to be resilient. So that's all I have to say. Is the issue of our mindset.
Thank you. Says mindset, and you can say how many people can learn it. Okay, go ahead.
I see that it can be acquired.
It can be acquired. Thank you, Josiah. Can be acquired. It's not a gift. Irrespective of whom you are, it can be acquired, and that's a good part of it. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah.
Resilience. If resilience
Okay,
is not
go
a
ahead.
gift, if resilience is not a gift, it means that we have to work it out. We have to pay price.
Dr. Tango,
Yeah, if I
thank
may
you.
just add, yeah, this is Jamir. If I may just add this, before resilience, there's adversities. Once you know there's going to be adversity, then there has to be resilience, because adversity will become what destructive to us if we fail to see the hand of God behind everything that is happening to us. Therefore, you have to be resilient in all aspects of life. And like we said earlier on, until the race is over for you. So it's not something that you can just say, well, I have this. Yes.
Thank you, Jamiro. Resilience to the end. This is the summary of it that we have said. The benefits, achievement of goals, dreams are there, confidence is there, work life, less stress, and that one. Summary of the effects also we mentioned. What is your take home? I promise you that I won't take you beyond 1 hour 30 minutes. What's your take home?
Resilience is work in progress.
Resilience is
work in progress.
It's work in progress. So it has to be continued. You don't graduate from the school of resilience. Thank you. Any other person?
Yeah. I take it that resilience is acquired through resolve. And one, we must resolve to be resilient. In order
we must resolve to be resilient.
In order to succeed in life.
In order to succeed in life. Thank you, Josiah.
It's only when I die that I should stop being resilient. But as long as I'm alive,
I die, I should stop being resilient.
Everybody needs everybody needs resilience, whether old, young, we all need resilience.
Thank you, sir. Everyone needs resilience, young, old, married, or unmarried. Thank you, sir. Eber, I can see you talking.
Resilience is like what your hard work that you put in to become successful in life. Like you need to be very hardworking to be successful. That is it.
Thank you. I said you need to be hardworking and supposed to put in to be successful in life. Thank you, Abel.
Well, yes, sir. I will just say this in closing, that when adversity comes, we are suddenly faced with problems and pressures in life that is too big for us. So for me personally, in my own response, it will be in Psalm 25, verses 1 and 2, where it says, "Unto thee, O Lord, do I lift up my soul. Oh my God, I will trust in thee. Let me not be ashamed. Let not my enemies triumph over me." That's what I'll conclude on this. Whenever I'm faced with situations, issues of life, then that will give me the resilience to keep pushing, because my life, everything about me is in the hands of the Lord. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Jamiro. That's everything about me is in the hands of the Lord. So it keeps me going.
I just want to
Three
say
more.
that through efficient leadership is revealed through resilience. Efficient leadership is revealed through resilience.
Thank you so much. To be a good leader, you must be resilient. Thank you, Dr. Tanko. Two more people.
Resilience is not a gift, but it can be acquired.
Resilience is not a gift, and it can be acquired.
It's a spirit you develop and attitude to fight back when you are faced with challenges that does not want you to fulfill your purpose. So you develop that spirit and that attitude to fight back. That is resilient.
Thank you, Patricia. When you are resilient, even when challenges and difficulties are standing between you and your purpose in life, resilience will help you to keep going. Thank you. One bonus to somebody before I round up.
Okay, I see resilience as an energy built in the Spirit of God to overcome challenges.
An energy filled with the Spirit of God to overcome challenges. Thank you so much, Frederick. Thank you so much for being part of the meeting for the past 1 hour 30 minutes. I promise you that I won't take you beyond that one. And I'm sure we can see clearly from our discussion that the issue of resilience is not negotiable. It's what each and every one of us should actually develop. All things being equal, the same time next week, we are going to be together and we are going to look at the causes of low resilience. Why do some people have some low resilience, and what is the road to resilience? Can I move from where I am to where I ought to be? So that is what we'll be looking at next week. Once again, I say thank you for being part of this meeting. All is being equal. I look forward to see you next week. Melvin, how are you? Frederick, how's Ghana?
Ghana is fine. And how's Nigeria?
Thank you.
Oh, Sierra Leone.
Sierra Leone, okay. How's Sierra Leone?
Those we are great there.
Okay, thank God.
Dr. Tanko, how is Kenya? Is it Kenya or Tanzania?